Shalom, shalom. The title of this lesson is Nothing New Under the Sun. The wickedness of the elites then and now. Gonna make certain history points through the ancient world and kind of connect certain things that they do today, like Epstein, Diddy, and many more. They was doing this in old. This is nothing new. I'm going to get precepts, and I'm going to quote most of the history that I know, and I'm going to reference a TV show on one person where I'm going to speak about. But this video and another video inspire me to speak on it because, the Epstein file is out. Jake that's just too busy, smoking a blunt, thinking about hoes, women worried about twerking. This is the time to know that the Lord is allowing secrets to come out, right? Why is things pushed on Donald Trump? And a lot of y'all have to understand, like Ronald Reagan, he was an actor. All of them that play in the office, they're acting. They're playing their role, and it's really the elites that's orchestrating all of this. If Epstein was a billionaire and he was doing this, he was allowed, he was permission to do that, right? Because drugs is not the only thing sold in the world. Oranges is not the only thing. The same way how those things is sold, go watch the I think it's 3 movies of Taken. That is a real thing in real life, right? But hey, don't take my word for it. Go investigate. But because of what's happening, just like Cat Williams said in 2024, all things are going to be revealed. But Yahweh Shem Shai been revealing things. You just got to have a spiritual eye to see. So before I go to the main precept I wanted, this is, I don't know why that did that. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. In verse 14, it says, "For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil," right? For the Israelites and for the other nations. So it's the Lord that's bringing these works, these secrets, and revealing them, but it's all to help the thought of who is the man of sin, who is the son of perdition. So I'm going to play a little of the video, and we just going to get the precepts, and we'll, in this live.
They would, they'd have all these expendable children outside in the woods, and usually they have holding grounds, like a tunnel system or something underground where they hold the kids in cages until the time of the hunt.
Brian is the famous artist, and we always make fun of each other and portray each other in silly, satirical ways.
As you know, is the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Yeah. Is he?
I mean, he tries to kiss me on the lips.
No.
Everywhere that
listen, I'm not
going to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Unreasonable. He said, so they beat the absolute hell out of him too.
Okay. He said 72,000.
How would they take these kids? Where would they find them?
And how the girls that were hooked on drugs, right, and would leave them in the hospital. They would come in there and they'd act as if they were family and grab them, right, and then sell the baby.
I was 6 when it started, and for the first 3 years, I was used as what was called an expendable child. In the Belgian network, there was a group, particularly aristocrats, children. So in this network, you have to understand it's a network. Expendable children, that means that those children could be used for anything. That could mean they could be used for torture, and that was...
From Steven Spielberg, he eats babies, whole babies.
And that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you. There was a circle of older men men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
I may end up running off with you myself, you know.
That's what Steven says.
Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good director, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, am I still friend? Would you call yourself a loyal friend?
I'm a loyal man.
Loyal man. Okay, what was the age? And I know this person's your man. I'm going to be respectful when I ask you these questions. I'm not going to ask you any got you questions. P. Diddy, how old were you when you met him?
Like 16, 15.
Okay. Was there any rumors at that time, anything going on weird, or was it strictly business? Because back then, he was the man, you know?
He's the best producer in the world. And when he figured out that he was the best producer in the world, he met a couple of people in a few circles that told him that certain things were okay. And we're not going to play like his childhood trauma doesn't deal with anything that goes on.
So all those pet parties and human hunting parties, it's how they control these people, is with blackmail. So each of these countries, Holland has a dark side and it has a light side. England has a dark side and it has a light side. But
man, this shit crazy as hell, man. Man, this is crazy. This is my second time actually watching this. This Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. You can see the KJV right on the screen. Up, the phone just chimed in. It says, "History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new." Right? Yeah, we use this verse for different lessons depending on what point is coming out. But we're speaking about, children being taken, used for sex, used for freak-offs, women, all that extra stuff. History merely repeats itself. It has been done before, right? Let me slide over to the 3rd chapter and we'll read the 15th verse in the NLT. And it says, "What is happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future has happened before, because the Most High makes the same things happen over and over again. And it's for the elect. Those that have the spiritual eyes, the spiritual discernment, is going to put 2 and 2 together. But those that don't have the spiritual vision and the eyes to see, they're not going to understand. Okay? This is nothing new. So the same sins, same corruption, and same secret evils repeat throughout history. Only the methods changed. Okay? The rich and powerful have always done wickedness in secret. And what we see through the Bible constantly shows rulers abusing power behind closed doors. Now I'm going to read this. I'm going to play the video a little bit more, and then we're going to get some more precepts. I don't want it to be too long, but I want you to be edified. Those that's coming in the faith, those that are not in the faith, you have to be looking. Stop worrying about a damn blunt. And you women, sit your ass down and stop worrying about twerking. The Lord is no excuses for any Jake. The Lord is allowing this revealing to come out so that you can actually cleave to the truth. So this is Job chapter 24. I'm going to try to do it smooth and quick. Verse 1 in the NLT down to 15, it says, "Why doesn't the Almighty bring the wicked to judgment? Why must the godly wait for him in vain? Evil people steal land by moving the boundary markers." They did this. "They steal livestock and put them in their own pastures. They take the orphan's donkey and demand the widow's ox as security for a loan. The poor are punished off the path. They're pushed off the path. Salaki. The needy must hide together for safety. Like wild donkeys in the wilderness, the poor must spend all their time looking for food, searching even in the desert for food for their children. They harvest a field they do not own. They glean the vineyards of the wicked. All night they lie naked in the cold without clothing or covering. They are soaked by the mountain showers, and they huddle against the rocks for want of a home. The wicked snatch a widow's child from her breast, taking the baby as a security for a loan. Hey, the same thing what happening to Jake now, right? You've been bought. The birth certificate, you've been bought. You're a product. Okay? It says the poor must go about naked without any clothing. They harvest food for others while they themselves are starving. They press out olive oil without being allowed to taste it, and they tread in the winepress as they suffer from thirst. The groans of the dying rise from the city, and the wounded cry for help. Yet the Most High ignores their moaning. Wicked people rebel against the light. They refuse to acknowledge its ways or stay in its path. The murderer rises in the early dawn to kill the poor and needy at night. He is a thief. The adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, "No one will see me." Then he hides his face so no one will know him. And through the Spirit, this is what the elites do. So none of us, yeah, we say the Rothschilds and the Morgans, but even when this all started, even because they got money, where, you know, they get new organs, new hearts, new livers. But you got to know they having children, because you got to know this same spirit is here. Remember what it said, history merely repeats itself. When you go into 1 Maccabees chapter 1, Alexander died. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, starting at verse 6, it says, "Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth." So just like generational wealth, it just get handed down. They were handing down crowns, and they was handing down their riches. When David gave up the ghost, Solomon was set up on the throne. He got everything his father had plus more. So even with these rich elites, right, their money just stays in their family. Now, certain people in Europe, to stay in certain power, to keep that family bloodline flowing, they would lay with their own relatives, right? A sister, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, a dad. They would have incest sex. And this is just true. This is what they was doing, okay? So I went to Google and asked, in the ancient empires / kingdoms, did any do incest? AI Overview said yes. Numerous ancient empires and kingdoms practice incest, particularly within their royal families, to consolidate power, maintain wealth, and preserve a divine and pure bloodline. While brother and sister marriages were often taboo. But wait, Caesar Borgia, he had a relationship with his sister. Now you can watch this TV show and you can actually see the Borgia TV show. I forgot what it's called, but I know it's Borgia. Yep, this is it right here. Wait, no, this is the other one. Yeah, that's an old one. Okay, with this guy right here. Yeah, this is the one right here. Yep. I think, nope, this is the one right here. And this actor right here that's next to the girl is the actor that plays Caesar Borgia. And they have a intimate relationship. And it grows levels, right? But I'm just showing facts that in the ancient world, certain nations was doing this to keep power, right? To keep wealth within the family. They're doing that in this time, okay? So the wicked operate in darkness and secrecy, away from the public eye. This is why you don't see the top elites on TV. They don't need to. They don't need to be seen, right? There is like what they call a puppet. Who's controlling the strings behind the scene? Just like private islands, secret gatherings, hidden networks. So when January 1st came, multiple billionaires met at an island called Barth, I believe. So I asked Google, and it said yes, a large gathering of billionaires in their super yachts conveyed at St. Bart's, not Barth's, in the Caribbean for New Year's Eve into January 1st. Now, for me, I last year and the year before, I don't know if, but when I did one video, I actually searched that they do this frequently, just like going to the Behemoth, but they wasn't just there for a damn New Year's. All the billionaires was multiple billionaires, right? I know Jeff Bezos, but multiple billionaires and all their friends, right? Hundreds of billionaires are on the same island for New Year's. It's crazy how they trying to show the distance of how close Epstein Island is from Bart's. Look how close it is. Little St. James and St. Bart's. They're right close to each other. That is brazy. This is my first time seeing this, but I remember this on TikTok. All the purple is the billionaires. Hey, I'm just trying to line things up, man. So again, just like these elites have private islands, secret gatherings, and hiding networks. When you look at Mark Zuckerberg, I said Zach. Mark Zuckerberg, he bought a private island basically in Hawaii. Come on, man. Them billionaires is doing things that you couldn't even think of. Okay? So let me get this last precept and then we'll play a little more in the video. This is the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, verse 17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." So if these secrets that they like hiding is getting pushed out, the Lord is allowing it. And really, the Lord is working on whoever, the Edomites, because they control the media, to reflect this information, man. To reflect this information. Okay, I got this picture. I kept a hold on it. It says, "Who controls your mind?" Now, when you look at the bottom, it tells you small hats is in the red, non-white is in the blue, and the LGB 123 Sesame Street is in the green. All the red is the small hats. And these, Salaki, don't mind that picture of me and my son. These is all like TV shows, websites that small hats, LGB, some of them is a Jake because it says non-white, and it could be another heathen. But look at all this red though. Look at all this red. And regardless if some of these is green or blue, in these companies, they're joined hands with them. You got chairman, vice presidents, owners, founders, CEO, and presidents. So when we look at ABC, CBS, CNN News, the president is a small hat, the CEO is a small hat, the founder is a small hat, one of them is a LGB, the owner, all three of them are small hats, and the vice president, small hat, the chairman, small hat. What else? Fox News, LGB, For the president, the CEO, the founder, the owner, the vice president, and the chairman, they're all LGB 123 Sesame Street. What else news? New York Times. The president, the CEO, the founder is a LGB. The owner, the vice president, and the chairman are small hats. ABC Kids and Family. The president, Salaki, I gotta make sure. Okay. The president and the CEO is a small hat. The owner, the vice president, and the chairman, small hats. Okay. Even with YouTube, the CEO, small hat. The founder is two of them is non-white, and one of them is a LGB 123. And the owner of YouTube, wait, hold on, let me make sure. The owner of YouTube, it says Google. The vice president of YouTube is a non-white, and the chairman of YouTube is a LGB 123 Sesame Street community. Now, you can take a picture and look at all of this. It's no possible way that, it just fell when I was on. No, they're orchestrating all of this to take you away from this, to take you away from that. It's just another freaking distraction, and they already been doing this, man. Okay? So when we read Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. So Epstein's exposure is just another example of Yahweh revealing hidden works. Just like the Lord put it on Cat Williams to speak about Diddy. He wasn't speaking about prophecy, but the Lord is breaking down this kingdom bit by bit using everybody. Diddy is a small inch of what the higher ups is doing. Like Epstein. That guy, he got way more money than Diddy, and necessarily he didn't have to do what Diddy did just to be accepted. Like when you see Kanye West, as soon as he say something about the small hats, he get money taken away. These damn white Edomites, these damn demons, they already know what time it is. Okay, let's play a little more and let's hop back into these precepts.
The dark side is always associated with the judgment.
You see that? He sacrificed himself. Now he's known as Will Smith. Ain't that some shit? I got to see sacrifice as a kid. Will used to put me on his lap when I was driving his car as a kid. Like I didn't know he was Will Smith, but to see somebody without his face.
While these men were doing this and they were climbing, I don't think I would have been able to go to school believing that I was a prostitute in the weekends or something. So I actually was dissociated, also because of the trauma, but also because of the shame, and also because of my mother's denial and her idea that she was a great mother and that everything was normal in our family. At age 9, I was given as a present to an American billionaire who was visiting Belgium at the time because of the Bilderberg meeting that was held in Belgium in 1972.
It's that people take pride in sticking bars of children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs with them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people...
But before Ali could get into more...
The most dangerous game, as they refer to.
And I know he put a collage of multiple videos. I'm just playing his video because, a lot of us, Jake, all of us, you really don't know what's going on in secret. You just get to see what's in your community. You see what's on the news or YouTube. Now, you could research these things, but a lot of the secret things they do is real hidden, A lot of us is lucky to get some of the things that we get, but we see who controls the media for those things to slip out. And it's all Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. So when we look at Greece and Rome, we're known for secret immorality of the elites. So for you in your own time, if you want to super fact check everything, go look at Greek history and Roman history. Now, I don't know if you guys know. So I wanted to ask what kingdom was doing Saturnalia, which is something that's symbolic to Christmas. Saturnalia was an ancient Rome festival dedicated to the god Saturn, celebrated in mid-December with gambling, gift-giving, and social role reversals. It was not associated with a kingdom, but was a major holiday in the Roman Republic and later the Roman Empire, marked the winter sowing season. Do, 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 do. So I had to ask another detailed question. Did Saturnalia involve sex? Yes, Saturnalia, the ancient Roman winter festival, famously involved widespread sexual license, intoxication in a no holds barred atmosphere, often described as a combination of booze, sex, and gratitude. During the week-long celebration, social rules vanished. Social rules vanished, allowing for open same-gender encounters and general license in sexual behavior. Right? I see singing naked, body intertwined in dimly lit corners. Sexual freedom, sexual norms were temporarily suspended. It was a time when the whole mob has let itself go into pleasure, according to Roman. Let me see. I want to make sure. Beyond sexual activity, men openly flirted with other men, and gender roles were challenged, with cross-dressing becoming a common tradition. So if they was doing that back then, how much more crazy it is on this side where you got Diddy over here having a nice perm wig, saucy as hell, calling, men to come over and chill with him. Edomites is doing that too. You got certain prostitutes that have videos where certain Edomites that want you to choke them and walk them like a dog. The lady just said that billionaires was getting off allowing these children to get bang bang boogie with a dog and an animal, but those were Canaanites' customs and traditions. Edomites was watching and following it on social media. I think a couple of Edomite women, a couple Edomite men, and I even think like two Jake. I think maybe I could be wrong. One Jake sister was getting bang bang boogie with a damn dog, and making money in her videos, but got caught. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Okay. So I want to so in ancient Greece, among wealthy Greek philosophers, politicians, and nobles, young boys and girls were kept as companions, known historically as pederasty. Let's look that up.
Pederasty.
Pederasty, sexual activity involving a man and a boy or youth. This was in ancient Greece, man. Young boys and girls were kept as companions, known historically as pederasty. Rich men hosted private gatherings where sexual wickedness happened. Slaves and children were abused with no consequences. It was hidden under culture, education, and mentorship. The brother, let me see, Empire actor mentor was Will Smith. And this brother is bugged out now. He actually said that Will and Diddy was doing a thing. This brother right here, I think Bathshire, probably saying his name wrong. Right? He's not the same anymore. Right? He is not the same anymore. Now we could go get the YouTube video. I just don't want to, like, anybody, y'all could go search this brother up. This is his name right here. You could go search him up. Go search up videos, especially this guy right here, Will Smith, old best friend. This big dude right here, he tells it right here. This big dude at the end. He tells it. Okay? Ain't nothing new, man. Okay? Jake is connected with these heathens, and then they start Esau starts giving them the ins and out, just like a job. Hey, yo, look, yo, this is a job. Hey, if you smoke weed, yo, mostly all of us, when there ain't nothing to do, this is where we go to go smoke weed. Oh, if you did it, you could go over here and do this. They show you the ins and outs. So now when you become a celebrity, they want to see, like certain people said in videos, what they do is they'll have one of a makeup or a designer, that's, putting your clothes on or matching outfits for you. They'll try to put them in first and see how far it goes, maybe them touching or how they talking and certain things. And the makeup artist or, the fashion, whatever, they'll see the distance they'll go and they'll inform whoever that higher up is and say, oh yeah, he's willing to go. Or, oh, I seen this. Hey, you just got to do this. This is a company, an organization. Getting into the industry is not, oh, you're just a great rapper. You got to be handpicked. Just like Yahweh, he choose people that's trustworthy for this truth. And even the wicked try to choose people that's trustworthy for this truth. But really, a lot of people, especially with Jake, that they can run over, manipulate women and men. Okay? So, in the ancient world, it was really corruption. So when you look at ancient Rome, which we just went and looked up Saturnalia, Roman emperors and elites held secret parties like orgies. The same with Saturnalia, right? And it was what they was taking out the laws so you could do whatever you want. Children, men, it didn't even matter at that time. Traffic slaves and children. Now I just want to get this precept that we get in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and I believe verse 50 is the key. I think that's the key. It says, a nation of fiercer countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Right? This is speaking about the slave master, how they gonna treat the Israelites. So even in the in slavery, they was doing that. Taking your children, selling them to another Edomite across the country. Or selling your wife or your daughter, saying, yo, hey, nobody ever touched her. She's beautiful. She'll be a good breeder. Okay? Sold the daughter for wine and showed the son as a harlot. Okay? So slaves was trafficked and children were trafficked. Use poor family children as entertainment. They did this in America slavery and they did it in the ancient world, right? I believe this is what I want. Lord willing it is. If it's not, it's okay. Let me see. Salaki. It was Psalms 137, verse 3. It says, for there they that carried us away captives required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land? Yo, we did this in this captivity, and we did this in the ancient worlds, right? But then even more, you got Jake that become a celebrity, and they'll invite you to an all-white party and say, hey, can you perform this song for me? And if you look behind the scene, most of the time they might not even be listening to your music, right? When you got these Grammys, these award show, Jake, you are entertainment for them, sexually, right, or verbally, whatever that they need. They're using you. Not one time did they ever come out and say you the real people of the Lord, right? Because they're trying to suck up every dollar out of you. Whatever way that they can get money off you, they're going to use it. So they use poor families' children as entertainment. Look what Disney is doing. Getting young children, then something happened to the children. Zoe 101, she getting pregnant by the damn the owner, the top guy of the Nickelodeon. Then he put in a foot symbol and you thinking, okay, his foot. But then you find out he came up with the thought because he has a foot fetish. Like, are you kidding me? And it's easy to manipulate children because they're so gullible. So some Roman historians wrote about, go look this up, Emperor Tiberius having secret island villas. And I'm watching a Rome TV show about Mark Henry and Caesar Augustus. I mean, I got multiple, but Cogula, Salaki, let me make sure I pronounce the brother name, the Edomite name right. Salaki. His name is Caligula, abusing women in youth. Now, I got a TV show on it right here. I'm going to go back to that video. This is it right here. Mad Emperor. Good TV show to my eyes.
39 AD, Caligula.
Yeah, Caligula. I'm just showing you, trying to get as much as I can. This is Caligula. So I tried to ask, was he known for abusing women and youth? They're going to say, according to ancient historical sources, particularly because we dealing with Caligula, was accused of various forms of abuse against both women and youth. Though these accounts are generally considered part of a deliberate effort to portray him as, come on, man, the same thing they even said about Alexander the Great, because Alexander the Great loved men. He loved men and women, but he was, pursuing women. And they said he got sick of a sickness, but then it could have been, a sexual disease, transmitted disease. But they didn't want to put bad information out on him. So for me, ain't nothing new under the sun. Because I watched the TV show, even though they add stuff and take away stuff, this man was banging all of his sisters. And it said right in here, it says, Caligula alleged sexual relationships and treated of high status Roman women. Incest with his sisters. Caligula had sexual relations with all three of his sisters. Right? It says all they name. Prostitution of his sister. It was also claimed that he prostituted his sister to other men. Adultery with other men's wives. He was accused of frequently sleeping with the wives of other men, then bragging about his conquest, which we see in the industry. Most of our, sisters, Israelite sisters and Edomite women or whoever, it just goes around and around. Like what's her name? Steve Harvey daughter. She went through a whole rappers, sports, TV. Like, she went all the way around. But she's not considered a bucket, Come on, man. Shit is crazy. But you can get more information on him. And the elites running underground networks, and the lady spoke on that. And, of course, a lot of us always speak about the Illuminati secret meetings. It's not going to be in the public. That wouldn't make sense. They got underground, they got cave networks, facilities that they got, like in Austin Powers. In our time, this is real. You're not just dealing with a regular man, especially dealing with an elite that orchestrate the government, that deal with banks, right? Dealing with finance, that's dealing with religion on a higher level. Yeah, what? You best believe they shit is just not in for show. But, Esau is dumb. These elites is dumb, where because they control these things, they allow some of that stuff to slide out. But they think that they'll never get revealed, because truly nothing on this side, nothing is happening to the wicked until Yahweh Shai come. Now you got the little wicked like Diddy, the one dude, the one director got touched, and guess what? He got right out of jail, you know? So it's a pick and choose, okay? And this all sound familiar. Private islands, no accountability, powerful names back then and even right now. Okay? Let me see if this precept is gonna line up with a point in this lesson. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 26. It says, disquieting of good men, for forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind and disorder in marriages, adultery and shameless uncleanness, right? And this is how the Bible describes this. Trans lifestyle, cross-dressing. They was doing this back then, and it got even worse now, where men could go right to the doctors and get a boob reduction or whatever it's called. I don't fucking know what it's called. Whatever them damn foo-foos doing. When you go to Romans 1, even though this is directed towards Israelites, but a lot of things that we picked on, we cleave to the other nations. Romans 1 and 26, I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, that is why the Most High abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex, instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relationships with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffer within themselves the penalty they deserve. Since they thought it foolish to acknowledge the Most High, he abandoned them to their foolish thinking and let them do things that should never be done, right? And this is Israelites. How much more the heathen? Let's get this in Ephesians 2 and 11. In the KJV, it says, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hands, right? Because they was doing things of the damn heathen, veil affections, wicked inventions, corruption, when they reject righteousness. Jake started to join hand. They started to like this shit, right? This was in the Greek captivity, in the Roman captivity, and now modern Babylon, where Jake is being active in this bullshit. And some of them is like, damn, I don't know what, like, I was looking at Justin Bieber, man. Justin Bieber keep looking more dead and dead, right? Like, he want to say something, but then he don't. It's because of all them damn demons on what he did to get to where he was at. And sometimes a lot of them did it without thinking. They thought it wasn't, it ain't nothing. So now when you see celebrities, they don't want to talk about, oh, LGB. Nah. When people started making allegation about LL Cool J, that joint got quiet down. But a tranny had to come out and say, look, he did this to me. But then you see him going to the movies, and then all that information just went quiet. But that person's still roaming around, right? This shit is really going on, man. The elites move in wicked unity, lining up with the lesson I did last week. Just like today's billionaires protecting each other, ancient rulers did the same thing, man. Right? You got to dabble in the history. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And what else they do? Psalms 83 is the plain example. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, and they are confederate against thee. Yes, this is directed towards Israelites, but they're confederate. They're allies in all things, not just only dealing with Israelites, but all you mofos. How to deceive the whole world and still have fun. They meet in secret. They cover for one another. This is a fact. George Bush covered for his father, and he covered for Skeleton Bones. They covered for Bill Clinton. All of these fools were selected on the left-hand side, just like the elect on the right-hand side is handpicked. This is Proverbs, the 29th chapter, verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. So all you fools that's working under Esau in these industries, guess what? You are his servants. You are his servants, and guess what? What they did with what Orlando said, he said, and somebody else said this too. When he got in the biz, it was certain rich folks, because when you go to a party, like it's certain celebrities said they went to a party and they seen certain rich folks doing certain things, and he was like, man, damn, he not used to just people just doing it in the open. He like, yo, this is what we do. There's certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. So like Orlando said, he got around certain powerful people and they was giving a roast like, hey, you could do this, we could do that. Go watch the movie Taken. Even though these things is in a movie, it is shit going on. Like, we can search these things, right? Sex trafficking, children being trafficked. This is a real thing. So when leaders are corrupt, the whole system become corrupt. This is why we got to get out of here. Yahweh always exposes and destroys these kingdoms. Greece fell, Rome fell, Egypt fell, and soon Babylon will fall. Okay? When you go to Isaiah 47 in verse 3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, right? Their sins, their wickedness. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. This is the Lord. The Lord is uncovering their nakedness. Just this little thing, that little thing, what Donald Duck doing, what they doing over here, the ICE, those is little indicators their wickedness is being revealed. This is a king that give wicked decrees. It's no peace, right? He got a plan within a plan and making you think you part of the plan. No. Okay? Now some of y'all is part of the plan so they can use you to manipulate. Like some of you, Jake, don't know that you a taskmaster. Oh, keep making these videos, keep making these movies, keep making this music, because you got to keep feeding the bullshit to them that are still asleep. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. That made me think of Diddy. Verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Right? So, woe to those that manipulate, corrupt, and shame others in secret, right? What they did about Michael Jackson, saying he did this with children. Mike, through the spirit from me as a child, Michael Jackson didn't have a childhood, you know? But then you'll hear stories of this and this and that. Do you even hear that some of these children that got older, that some of their mothers or agent told them to say that Michael did this to him? They was like, man, hell no. And the man career, I forgot what's his name. His brother was a singer. He became a singer. They damn near left the industry just because of that. And he was cool with Mike. But his mother and some agent wanted him to say Michael touched him. But when you go further, Michael was going to own Sony. Sony was being ruled or ran by Matolium. I forgot his name. I'm over here thinking of a Roman name. The same guy that had dealings with Whitney Houston. right? Really, why she probably even died. The same one that taught Diddy everything that he knows. The same one that introduced Quincy Jones to certain, individuals. Okay? This is a whole system. So even when we look at Revelations, the 18th chapter, which is this final wicked empire, America, the modern system, is full of trafficking, luxury, corruption, elites living deliciously. Now we can't say it's not trafficking when look how they doing this, deporting and all this other extra stuff, and then America had all these drugs coming in. And I did a lesson where it said even America it gets rich off of the drugs that are taken from drug dealers, right? Because if you watch the TV show Snowfall, you can even go get his document history where they was having war, that they were making money off of drugs and then sending like guns over there overseas. Okay? But making Jake look like, they drug dealers, they did that. They had to get money some way, and then making crimes for the cops, so on and so on. But you got to understand, it'd be children missing, fast little women. But then the industry is the easiest market, because all you got to do is have a celebrity and they can have certain family members. How is these children getting picked? But then, yeah, you got family that's signing up for auditions. But sometimes you go somewhere, a child can be, oh, that child has a nice smile. I only been picked for, going on certain TV shows, but I was grown. But all these other kids, how are they looking for them? You know what I'm saying? How is this child not having supervision and then getting touched by a man? How is some of these women just like R. Kelly? Family members was offering their daughters and then getting money and allowing it, and then next thing you know, you want to blame R. Kelly? Come on, man. And a lot of these people that is doing it, they afraid to snitch on the next because they thinking about their career. This is all Babylon shit. Same spirit as Rome, right? Ain't nothing new under the sun. When we look at Epstein, he's just a modern example of ancient elites in wickedness. Same thing he doing, it's ancient men and even you wicked women that was doing it. Because it's a book of she was worser than she was what is it? She was worser than the male slave masters. I forgot, but it's a book about Edomite slave masters was worser than the men. So imagine what the women was even doing. Okay? Epstein wasn't alone. Right? He wasn't. Epstein was a facilitator, a person or thing that makes an action or process easier and easier. He's not the only one doing it. He was a middleman, right? A modern slave trader for sex or whatever they want to use. Just like Roman slave markets, Greek elite households, secret imperial villas, the rich always had network. Now, if I couldn't show, I would show you Spartacus, where it would be a slave that is a wife to another slave. You'd be like, hey, look, yeah, you gonna have to. Oh man, we got the general in here. Nope, she gonna have to give it up, man. You can get you a new one. They didn't care about none of that, especially if it was going to raise their position or grow their expansion in the empire. They was making deals. They was making plays just to please the next man. Okay? But wickedness of the elites repeat in every empire. They abuse the weak in secret. They protect each other. Yahweh always exposes and destroys them. This is why this information coming out. Without this lesson, that if you are paying attention, it's all Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai allowing these things to come out. This generation is no different, just more technology. I just looked up this stuff, just to show a little points. And all you got to do It's if you want to get a little more further, you investigate even more. This Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, verse 14 that I read earlier. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. For the Israelites and you nations. And these elites, they're more secretive. They're the rulers of the earth. So all their secrets will come out. Okay? All their secrets will. So don't be shocked by what comes out about the rich and the powerful. We see in the scriptures that already told us this world is ruled by wicked men, right? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. They do hidden evil, but their time is short. Revelations 12 and 12. So they about to do as much as they can, but the closer we get to Yahweh Shai coming, the worse they're going to get, right? So don't be shocked by what comes out about the rich and powerful. Just look at it. Yahweh is revealing. Just like what Cat Williams said, it was all the Lord. Okay? This world is ruled by wicked men. They do hidden evil, but their time is short. Just like Greece, just like Rome, and just like Pharaoh. Soon Yahweh Shai will return to judge them all. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect. Scattered four corners of earth, Lord willing, as a whole, you all continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Aqua, the sister, this faith and this truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Again, Lord willing, this is edifying and inspiring through the Spirit. You should, since it's what? It's about 6 more minutes in this video. These people worship Satan, merciless murderers of children. This is the brother GMS, inspiration of the Almighty. And there's multiple brothers getting into that, getting into lessons dealing with Epstein and many others. But if you got time, go watch it. Watch the rest of it. Anything that I, didn't show you. But yeah. So again, ain't nothing new under the sun. The wickedness of the elite then and now. Shalom, Abba, Abba.